You guys see this shit? This right here is a fell for it moment. Can somebody explain how this makes America great again? Senate overturns rule limiting bank overdraft fees to $5. And it's like every Republican, of course. 52-48. Josh Hawley, funnily, being the only Republican to oppose the resolution. So that's why my bank fees are at negative 150. No, this hasn't taken effect yet. That's just because of your financial mismanagement. The rule would have limited the fees banks and credit unions could charge when customers spend more than they have in their accounts, typically $35 per overdraft. $35! It's crazy that overdraft fees are allowed to exist at all. I mean, like, they should be like a cent or something to discourage. I don't know. I mean, I guess $5 is pretty close to a cent, if you think about it, in an absolute, like, non-relative sense. It's the poverty tax. This affects people more substantially than you might think, okay? There have been banks that have been found. I know you can pull up the details, because I don't remember them. There have been banks that have been found to deliberately order and date your payments, both in and out of a checking account, to maximize the likelihood that you get hit with an overdraft fee. Like, if you've got $100 in your checking account and you have a deposit of $1,000 coming in for your paycheck, your direct deposit, right? But then you buy something that's $80 and then later buy something that's like $20, like, it will delay the payment in, stack the payments out like 80-25 to maximize your overdraft charges. Or maybe they'll make it like you'll buy like $5, $5, and then a $100 thing, and they'll stack it so the $100 thing goes in and then the $5 one, so you rack up 5 overdraft fees, all by delaying the time that your initial check comes in. Like, they literally like structure all the payments to maximize the amount you get charged in overdraft fees. This is all factually true. It's been found in court. Well, hold on. I resent the implication that anything I've ever said isn't factually true, for one. For two, it's been found in court. This has happened multiple times. Sometimes banks get fined for it. I guess fraud's legal now, whatever. It's still happening, but now they're going to uncap the amount you can get charged. I got a message from my bank the other day telling me I was £1 overdraft and that I had a week to pay it back or risk overdraft fees. How do Americans exist? On a razor's edge, I suppose. My bank started charging overdraft fees once my account type changed 3 months after they started counting the new cost, so I wouldn't notice until they had 3 months worth to charge me. That's great. What are overdraft fees? Overdraft fees? Pretty self-explanatory, right? Thank you, Saki. If you pull out money that isn't there, they charge you for it. When I was 18, I lost like $500 to overdraft and cried so hard. I never made that mistake again, lol. Yeah, it's so important to understand that all of these systems exist to f you over. Like, understanding how to operate in America from a financial perspective is understanding that you have to be smarter than every single institution that's out to hurt you. You know? And they are trying. And for the most part, these institutions exist to fleece the people who are poor enough to not be able to buffer their account and not make that mistake. I don't get hit with overdraft fees. Why? Because I have the money not to get hit by it. If I was living paycheck to paycheck, I probably wouldn't have the money to not get hit by it. Then you have to be more careful. Wealth gives you a buffer. It allows you to ignore stuff like this. I desperately wish I had someone to tell me this shit when I was 18. I was violently naive to this whole shit. Yeah, it does really suck too, because legitimately, like, you can fill out a 3-page double-spaced list with bullet points and save every American so much money and time and suffering by giving them the basics. Here's what a credit card is for. Here's what it does. Here's how to manage your credit score. Here's what you have to worry about when using the bank. Here's how to pay your taxes. Like, here's this, here's that. And you can, like, here's how to, like, understand basic deductibles. Here's a tax advantage account. Here's the difference between Roth IRA, Social Security, and a 401k, all that crap. It should be taught in schools. Yeah, well, I mean, sometimes schools teach, but, like, not really. It shouldn't even just be like a class. It should be like a booklet you get. Here's how to function as an adult in this country. Like it should literally like here's a stack of 5 papers. Keep it with you. It's just like this lets you navigate the system basically. Like you could potentially save so much of your life by just understanding how this works. It's on the parents at this point. Yeah, but a lot of parents don't know either. And these systems are made deliberately confusing. Like, it's not the parents' fault that Wells Fargo is evil and will like schedule your input payments and output payments to maximize the amount of overdraft fees you get. So even if in your head everything should line up and you get no overdraft, you end up getting overdrafted like $105 because they scheduled a bunch of $1 payments you made at a bookstore to stack up after the 100 thing that pushed you over the limit. It's psychotic. It's psychotic. Everything in American life is structured this way, from food to banking to medical care. Yup. Rice and beans. A lot of people don't even know how to navigate their like health insurance, you know? How to get unemployment. When you should get on unemployment. Medicaid, how to get that, you know? Oh yeah, this shit. However, customers at several banks ended up surprised by multiple overdraft fees. These banks reordered customers' transactions from highest to lowest, allowing them to charge overdraft fees on customers who had enough money in their account at the time of the transaction. Some banks even reordered transactions made across multiple days. Banks used a variety of strategies to hide their practice of reordering transactions from customers, including listing transactions in chronological order on customers' account statements, burying the explanation of reordering in 40-plus page small text account agreements, and never telling customers how long they would need to wait between transactions to avoid reordering. Just like so evil. And it's just difficult to expect people to keep up with it. What do you do with that? Yeah, they still do this stuff. They still do it. They still 100% do this stuff. Wait, how does reordering change the amount you have? I'm not privy to their wizard math, okay? I can't say. Another close call between a Delta plane and military aircraft at Reagan National Airport. What the fuck is going on over there? Since the anti-wokeness is spreading out from Washington, D.C., all the like East Coast airports are most at risk.